to the news. Like, subscribe, comment, do all the good stuff.
For the first time ever, I have been served some hefty legal paperwork. And
Oh
it's
boy.
not, there wasn't anything ceremonious about it. It's not like any of the, crazy stories you might have heard about people being served where like someone will go incognito like a secret agent, like with the disguise where they have some kind of silicone mask of your mother's face on it. So you open the door and then bang, you get the paperwork served to you or anything. It was nothing like that. Just a normal, unassuming, albeit very large.
If I were to ever like serve somebody papers, I would do it from a helicopter. And you might be thinking, what the fuck are you talking about? 100% I would fly over their fucking house. I would drop down from a helicopter. I would hand them personally their papers that they have been served. I would get back on whatever the little ladder is, climb my way back up, hold the ladder up, and then take off. And they would be like, "What the fuck?"
Envelope in the mail. Now, it's not a full blown lawsuit or anything at the moment. It is some demands because there are two YouTubers that believe I have stepped on their tootsies and infringed on their copyright.
I was afraid of this. See, once you open this box, it does not go sealed again. If YouTubers start suing each other over copyright, then it'll completely destroy the YouTube platform because it'll essentially just make everybody's content bland and unremarkable, unattractive, right? Which is why when you are putting your content out, you are essentially giving out permission for somebody to use it. Now, obviously, it still belongs to you. So you can still revoke that permission, right? I think that's fair. I think that's fair to revoke permission, right? But I think the permission is implied. It's like an unwritten rule. Like it is something that you don't do, right? Because I mean, there's always an argument to be made when it comes to like the commentary reaction space. And it is respectful to if somebody requests, they give you a DM or whatever, and they're just like, "Hey, I'd rather you not react to my video." Or maybe they say, "Hey, could you give my video like 3 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever the request may be." I think that's absolutely fair. I think it's absolutely fair. If somebody says, "I really don't want you reacting to my stuff," I'd say, "Cool. All right, good to know. Good to know. I won't do it. I'll make a note." Right? But to go completely in the direction of a lawsuit, now you're pushing it. Now you're stepping over the line, right? Now it's like, what the fuck? So here we go.
They are Reed Timmer and Brad Arnold. Now, I initially reached out to both of them because the language in this paperwork is very fishy. I'll get into that more in a moment, but I wanted to talk directly with them to see if this is like a scam or something. Like, I wanted to make sure this was like a legitimate thing before I got my lawyers on this. They haven't responded, so I'm guessing this is probably legitimate. Like, this is probably something they are actually trying to go through with. Though I do know that there are a lot of law firms now that are trying to encroach in the space to convince YouTubers to go through copyright law to try and make money. That is something that a bunch of firms have reached out to.
See, I don't. Hmm, I'm trying to think, right? So if you put 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% 100% Would you make more money than if you were to put mediocre effort into your content for that same amount of time, but in that amount of time, every 2, 3 years, you sue the fuck out of somebody? Would you make more money in the long run of a 10-year span? No, not even close. Not even close. I think when you're in this space, the ideal scenario for you is to reach out and branch out as much as possible, because every single like reaction to your content, every single commentary, every single video that mentions you, every single anything in a space that is based off of both social interactions and popularity. To be fair, popularity is involved with this, but also being relevant in the space, right? Because like Asmongold said this really good one time. He said for every time that you are not online, you don't exist, or something along those lines. I think that's a really good line because it's true. And you see it reflected in Asmon's content. Because Asmon, he posts YouTube videos like 5 times a fucking day. Like he's constantly posting, right? So you see his name pop up everywhere all the time. Clips, whether they're small, you see him pop up on TikTok, you see him on X, you see his long form stuff popping up on YouTube, YouTube Shorts, right? His name is far and wide because of how aggressive he is about getting his content out there to the world. Because at the end of the day, it's true. That's why one of the biggest flaws that somebody could lose out in a game like this is consistency. If you are not consistent and you're not disciplined, that you can't fucking sit down and record shit, right? And everybody's got life shit going on. I got life shit going on. I've had personal shit going on, right? But, you know, I understood that during the few weeks that I did take off, that it put me behind. It put me behind Joe Schmo down the block who was live every day, who streamed every day, who uploaded to YouTube every day, who posted on TikTok every day. I know that. I know that. And the most that I can do when these things happen and I do fall behind is to pick it back up where I left off and get back on the grind, get back on the focus, get back on making content, whether it's short form, long form, try to optimize it whatever way possible to get back in the game so that people can see my videos at the top of their list, right? It's the only way to do it, right? You got to be consistent and you got to be aggressive with how you put out your content. So, if anybody's tossing my name around and I hear about it, if it's fucking derogatory, negative, they're fucking taking me down, they're fucking talking shit, I'll absolutely farm them for content. If it's positive, I'll probably reach out. Say, "Hey, I appreciate the love on the video, Big respect, Thanks for watching my video. Thanks for reacting to my video." Even if they disagreed, right? I'm completely open to criticism. If people wanna react to my video and say, "I don't agree with your point here, here, and here, and this is why, this is why, this is why," fine. Perfect. I'm open for discussion. I think that's a good thing. I think it's why we have a freedom of speech, right?
Matt about to do on my behalf, which is unhinged why any firm would think I would ever do something like that, but it is somewhat normal in the space right now. So I think there is a chance that maybe that's what's happening here and they don't know that, but since they didn't respond, I can't say for sure. So as of now, it feels legitimate, so I will be getting my lawyers on this.